Well, developing right now, mourners are placing flowers and mementos at a memorial outside the private Christian elementary school in Nashville, Tennessee, for the 6 victims of yesterday's mass shooting. People left flowers, stuffed animals, and prayed at that memorial. And with each school tragedy, the number of people affected by school shootings grow. And due to the conversations that parents and caregivers with kids must have about the reality of gun violence in the U.S. And joining us now is Dr. Elaine Rotenberg. She's the Chief Clinical and Impact Officer at Alpert Jewish Family Service, a nonprofit group right here in our area. And thank you so much for joining us today. I guess I kind of want to start here with how should parents discuss this issue with their children?
You know, Luli, it's an interesting question. Probably the most important message to say to parents in terms of a situation like this is follow your child's lead. In other words, this is not the time that you go to your child and initiate this scary conversation. You're going to want to hear what your child brings to you. You're going to want to understand at their age that it may be different for different children. You're going to limit the graphics that they see, but most importantly, you want them to know that they're safe.
I think it's so important that you mentioned just kind of doing it in that age-appropriate way, but also should they be truthful about what happened?
They should answer questions truthfully, but they don't need, we as parents sometimes make the mistake of over-explaining, and because parents are managing their own fears and anxiety about this. So the best rule of thumb is to listen actually to the words your kid is saying to you.
I also want to focus a little bit about what you do here in our area, but first let's talk about Alpert Jewish Family Services. I know you have a program that is dedicated to teenagers and helping them.
We do. There is truly an epidemic in terms of youth mental health problems in our country, and the rates of mental health, mental illness, depression, anxiety, suicide in kids was already high before the pandemic, and then the last 3 years has really taken a toll on our kids. And so one of the things we're doing is we have a program where we empower teenagers. We call them our teen fellows, and we teach them about recognizing signs and symptoms of mental illness. We talk to them about why kids would not come for help. We talk to them about stigma. We talk to them about feelings. And basically, it's teens talking to other teens about mental health and mental illness.
I guess that makes it easier for them to respond with their struggles in a way.
It does, and it also, kids are sometimes more willing to go to their peers. And kids are going to have feelings. We're all going to be scared. We're all going to be sad. The idea is to not get stuck in those feelings, but to teach kids tools and ways to cope so that we can all, kids and grown-ups, have a sad day, but still get out of bed and go to work.
Well, tell us a little bit more about these programs and what they look like.
Well, we have a variety of programs, but the teen program is really wonderful because we recruit teens, and they will go to schools. They'll talk to other kids. We also have extensive mental health services so that if somebody is identified, if a parent needs to seek a therapist or a psychiatrist, they can come forward. It's really the idea of having what I think is most wonderful about the organization. It's really wraparound services. So if you touch somebody at one point in their life, there may be other things going on with them as well. And our parents, we offer a free support group online on Monday nights for parents because parents are struggling to figure out how to talk to their kids about what's going on.
And just lastly here, again, this is the Alpert Jewish Family Services, but if anybody would like to learn more, what would you say to them?
I would say they should call us. They should call us. There's one phone number, 684-1991, and with that one phone call, what they're going to do is get an opportunity to speak to somebody who can really help them connect the dots and figure out where and what is the next best step to get them to feeling like they're in a better place.
Elaine, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. All right, let's turn things now with our meteorologist, Michael Ehrenberg.